Update management with Azure Automation helps automate the process of updating and patching the virtual machines. It works along with log analytics to detect the vulnerabilities and missing important security and other updates, and then mitigating the issues by automatically patching them, thereby keeping the VMs clean and healthy. Hi, my name is Neeraj Kumar. I'm a cloud evangelist and architect, and I will be your instructor for this course. This is the second part of the series, Implement Azure Automation. In the first module, we discussed on how to automate the process of the creation of the virtual machines with Azure PowerShell runbooks. And in this module, we will discuss on how to set up update management with Azure Automation. Let's get started. Here I am on my Azure portal, and even before I dive into the demo for update management, let me show you what I did in my previous module. So first of all, I'll go to my Azure accounts, and there I'll click on the name ATCSL AA, and this is in location East US 2. The previous one, if you go to the previous demo, it is in East US, but since we are working with Log Analytics Workspace along with update management, it has to be in a region which is supported by Azure Automation. So the Log Analytics Workspace is in East US, and therefore I had to recreate this automation account in the East US 2 region. So that is the reason I had to recreate it. I'll click on the name, and here I will scroll down. And the first thing I did was I created a credentials by the name of creds. I created a few of the variables, and once that was done, I went on to import some of the modules, which are az.accounts, automation, compute, network, resource, storage, and then import Excel. So those were the modules that I imported to work with the runbooks. And then once that was done, I created two runbooks. One was the initiate watcher runbook, and the other one create virtual machine. So when the runbooks were executed, it created two virtual machines by the name of VM1_Windows and VM2_Windows. I'll go back to the automation account again. And here, if I scroll down, go to the update management and then click on update management, here you will see that the Log Analytics Workspace location is by default is East US, and it is grayed out because that is the paired region where the Log Analytics Workspace has to be created. Now, the subscription is pay as you go, and for the Log Analytics Workspace, I can either create a new workspace from here, or whatever workspace that we have created can be used. So ATCSL Logs is the Log Analytics Workspace that I had created in the East US region, and that is why it was showing as East US for the Log Analytics Workspace location. So I'll just click on enable, and that will enable the Log Analytics Workspace for the update management. So it will take around 15 minutes of time for the complete updation. So we will wait for it to be completed and return back once that is done. So this is now done, and if I click on the refresh button, now you can see that it shows us two machines do not have the update management enabled, and we can click to manage the machines. So I'll click on it, and here I have three options. Either I can enable on all the available machines, I can enable on all the available machines and the future machines, and the third one is enable on the selected machines. I'll click on the third one and then click on both the virtual machines. The options are self-explanatory, so I'll not explain them, and then click on enable. This is a quick process, and now if you see, it says 0 out of 0 non-compliant machines. Why does it show that? Because although the update management has been enabled on the virtual machines, the virtual machines are not yet added for the update management. So I'll click on add Azure VMs, and there you see ready to enable. There are two systems that it shows, VM1_Windows and VM2_Windows. We can also add non-Azure VMs, and I'll later show you how you can do that. So here I have two virtual machines, VM1 and VM2. I can select either of them or both of them and then click on enable. So once that is done, both the VMs will be added to the update management on Azure Automation. I will go back and let me walk you through the Log Analytics Workspace. So here we are. ATCSL Logs is our Log Analytics Workspace. Let me close this to have more visibility. I'll scroll down, and the first thing we'll see is the virtual machines. We'll see two machines here, VM1 and VM2_Windows. They both are connected to this workspace. So we will scroll up again and we will go to advanced settings. Here we have connected sources, data, and computer groups. As of now, connected sources is nothing. For the data, we can have the event logs, performance counters, IS logs, custom fields, and there are many other details. For the computer groups, we see that the update Microsoft default is there. That group is there because both the virtual machines have the update management solutions. We can also create an Active Directory group, a WSUS group, as well as the SCCM group as well. But we will be creating a new group. For that, I can go to the query analyzer, and within the query analyzer, I can create my own queries to bring out the computer details in terms of the computer names, the operating system, the IP addresses, and then I can save it as a category. So how do we do that? I'll just show you in a moment. I will remove this complete KQL query and keep it to heartbeat. And we will use distinct computer, comma, computer IP, and then the OS type. And once that is done, I'll click on run. So I have the details there, computer 1 with the IP address and OS type of Windows, and same is with the computer 2 with the IP address and OS type as Windows. I'll click on save, and here I can give the name to the query. I'll give it a name of Windows VMs and save as functions. I'll give this a function alias and save this query as a computer group. And under the category, I'll type in Windows VMs. So this query will be saved as a query as well as a category that I can use in the Log Analytics workspace as well as in the update management. And I'll shortly show you how. If I click on the Query Explorer, there you see that we have the Windows VMs and it has been saved as a query which I can click on and run again. I'll go back, and here if I click on the computer groups, now you will see the Windows VMs group as well because that was created as a category. So we are good with this. We will close this and go back to ATCSL logs. Let me now show you how you can onboard the non-Azure VMs. For that, we are going to go to Agents Management. I'll scroll down and then click on Agent Management. Here you see two options. One is for the Windows server and the other one is for Linux servers. So for Windows servers, you need to download either the 64-bit or the 32-bit agent, install it, and then while configuring, you need to have the workspace ID as well as the primary key. Similar is the case with the Linux server. You need to copy and download the agent and then use the workspace ID as well as the primary key or the secondary key. I will now take you back to the automation account. I'll click on the name and then scroll down. Go to Update Management here. And here you will notice that there are 2 out of 2 non-compliant machines. So they are computer 1 and computer 2. If you scroll to the right, you will see that there are security missing updates, one for each computer 1 and computer 2. And then there are 5 other missing updates for computer 2 and 1 for computer 1. On the left hand menu, I'll scroll down and go to the linked workspaces to go back to my ATCSL logs. And here we are on the Log Analytics workspace. I'll scroll down and then I'll click on View Solutions. Here under System Update Assessment, we see that there are 2 computers assessed, and if we click on it, we get further details. So you see computer 1 and computer 2 missing 1 security updates each, and then there are other updates as well. There are no Linux systems, so that is why you see 0 there. And if we scroll to the right, we see what kind of updates are missing, like security updates, definition updates, update rollups, or other updates. So they are listed. And then on the right hand side, there are certain common update queries. These queries are helpful if you are doing the updates and you need to find out what updates are missing. So those are the queries. We'll close everything and come back to our automation account. The simple reason for me to take you to the Log Analytics and show you those graphical representation was simply because I wanted to show you that those dependencies and updates can be seen under Log Analytics as well. Now is the time to schedule the updates. So we will click on it, and once we are there, we will give it a name, which is Windows Update. The type is Windows, and under Items to Update, there are 2 options. One is Groups to Update, and here we can select the subscription, we can choose the resource group, and then the locations. Like here we'll choose Pay As You Go, the resource group as ATCSL, and then the location as East US and East US 2. Once that is done, we will click on Add and we will see the details below. We can click on the preview and we will see that there are 2 virtual machines, VM1 and VM2. So we can click on OK from there, and then we can finally click on OK. But we are not going to do it from there. I will go back, I'll click on OK, and then click on Machines to Update. Now here we will see two groups. One is Windows VMs, the one that we created under Log Analytics Workspace. That is the one that we will be choosing, and that has two virtual machines, VM1 and VM2. We'll click on OK and then scroll down. Under Update Classifications, you can select all the updates that you want, like critical updates, security updates, update rollups, and so on and so forth. And then we have the include or exclude updates. Here under include, we can include all the KB article numbers that we want the updates to have. And then we have the exclude tab, where we can list all the KB articles that we don't want to be a part of the update or patching. So we will click on cancel because we don't want that for now. And then we have schedule settings. So we will click on it. And there we can give the date and time when we want our schedule to run. So this can be a recursive or a one-time activity. So for now, I will change the time to 3:15 p.m. and then I will do it just for once. So I'll click on OK. And then we have the prescripts and the postscripts. The prescripts and the postscripts are the scripts that you can make a part of the runbooks, and then you can select it from here. So what happens is, if you want certain activities to be performed before the updates are done, you can configure it and then you can choose it from here. Similarly for the postscript as well, if you want the postscript to run after the updates are over, you can create it as a runbook and then select it here. So for now, we are not going to do any such thing. So we will click on OK and come out of it. Now for the maintenance window minutes, I will be choosing 240, which is 4 hours. That is the update window that we want. And under the reboot, I can reboot if required, never reboot, always reboot. The options here are self-explanatory, and I will choose as reboot if required after the patching is done. And then I'll click on create. So this is going to be scheduled. If we scroll down and go to schedule, we will see the same schedule. And here it shows expired because 3:15 has already passed and the updates were already initiated. So we will wait for some time and then go back and check the progress. Now we are going to scroll up and go to update management, and we will wait for the updates to be completed. It will take some time because there were security updates and then other updates as well, so we can wait for it. But meanwhile, I'll show you what you can do if you want a recursive update to happen. I will click on schedule update deployment, give this a name. I'll type in Windows. The operating system is going to be Windows. From the items to update, I'm going to choose machines to update, choose the same group as Windows VMs, and then click on OK. For the updates classification, I'm going to choose all the items, come out of it, and from the include and the exclude update, I can include or exclude the KB articles that I already told you. So nothing for here. Click on cancel and come out of it. And then we have schedule settings. This is the real meat and potatoes if you want to schedule a recursive update. So I will choose the date, and here I can choose a time at which the update will be running. So I'll enter the time, and then under recurrence, I will choose recurring. I have the options to choose from hourly, daily, monthly, and weekly. I'll choose the recur every 1 month. And since I chose to have the updates every month, it is asking me for the monthly occurrence as to when or which day the updates should be running. So I have the choice to choose a day, or I can scroll down and I can have the updates run on the last day of the month. And then I can also set the expirations. Usually there is no expiration date to it. I will go back. And here, if you notice, under computer 1, it says compliant and it shows a green check mark. We will wait for some time to see the same thing under computer 2 as well. So now both computer 1 and computer 2 shows as compliant, and we see a green check mark alongside. So if we scroll to the right, we see that no more security update missing and just one other update is remaining on the computer 1. So we are good with everything, and If you now notice under non-compliant machines on the top left corner, it will say 0 out of 0. And now this is valid because on both the machines, the update and the patching has happened. So that concludes the demo on how you can automate the process of updating and patching both Azure and non-Azure VMs, as well as on Windows and the Linux systems. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that I'm motivated to bring you more such informational videos on Azure. Until we meet next time, keep Azuring.